Hello students, today's topic is tuberculosis. First we will see the definition of tuberculosis. Tuberculosis is a chronic infectious disease caused by tubercle bacilli. ट्यूबरकुलोसिस जो है ये chronic infectious disease होती है and it is caused by tubercle bacilli. Namely कौन सा bacilli इसके लिए responsible होता है? That is Mycobacterium tuberculosis. This is the tubercle bacilli. ट्यूबरकुलोसिस एक क्रॉनिक इन्फेक्शियस डिजीज है. किसकी वजह से होता है? ट्यूबरकुल बैसिली. कौन सा है ट्यूबरकुल बैसिली? नेमली दैट इज द माइकोबैक्टीरियम ट्यूबरकुलोसिस. जो ये डिजीज है ट्यूबरकुलोसिस जो है ये प्राइमरली अफेक्ट करते हैं लंग्स को. इट प्राइमरली अफेक्ट्स लंग्स. जब ये लंग्स को अफेक्ट करते हैं दैट causes pulmonary tuberculosis. That is known as pulmonary tuberculosis. जो ये disease है it primarily affects the lungs causing pulmonary tuberculosis. It also affects other body parts such as intestines, meninges, bones and joints, lymph glands, skin and other tissues. प्राइमरली अफेक्ट करते हैं लंग्स को काजिंग पल्मोनरी ट्यूबरकुलोसिस. इसके बावजूद इसमें अदर बॉडी ऑर्गन्स भी इन्वॉल्व हो जाते हैं. दैट में बी फॉर एग्जांपल इंटेस्टाइनस, मेनिंजेस, बोन्स, जॉइंट्स, लिम्फ ग्लैंड्स, स्किन एंड अदर टिश्यूज. जो ये डिजीज है it also affects animals. For example such as cattle. This is known as bovine tuberculosis. Bovine tuberculosis. जो ये डिजीज है जब ये अफेक्ट करती है एनिमल्स दैट ट्यूबरकुलोसिस इज नोन एज bovine tuberculosis. This bovine tuberculosis may sometimes communicated to humans. This is the definition of tuberculosis. जो ये tuberculosis है ये एक वर्ल्ड वाइड पब्लिक हेल्थ प्रॉब्लम है. इट्स अ मेजर बर्डन ऑफ इंडिया. Now, epidemiological factors. Of tuberculosis. First is the agent. That means कि causative organism कौन सा होता है. That is Mycobacterium tuberculosis. This is acid-fast bacilli. Mycobacterium tuberculosis is an acid-fast bacilli. Another factor is the source of infection. इसका source क्या होता है? Infection का source क्या होता है? जो इसके source of infection होते हैं that are two. Means there are two sources of infection. First one is the human source, एक होता है human source, and second one is the bovine source. First one is the human source and second one is the bovine source. Human source, this is the main source of infection. Human source is the main source of infection. Human source जो है, this is the main source of infection and the patient whose sputum is positive for tubercle bacilli. Another जो इसमें है bovine source. That is bovine source में क्या क्या आते हैं? Usually bovine हम बोलते हैं जो animals में होता है. That is the bovine source, animals. Bovine source of infection is usually infected milk. It is usually infected milk and milk products. Another important factor, that is the age. Tuberculosis किस एज में ज्यादा होता है, किस एज को अफेक्ट करता है ज्यादा? Usually it can occur at any age. It occurs at any age. किसी भी एज में हो सकता है tuberculosis. But according to the National Sample Survey, National Sample Survey that was done in 1955 to 58. According to this survey carried out in India, जो disease prevalence है, that was found more in older age. Older age groups, particularly males में, जो होते above 35 years of age than the younger age group में. Also, social factors also are responsible for tuberculosis. Social factors. Social factors में क्या होता है? जो tuberculosis है, that is more likely to occur in persons who are malnourished. Tuberculosis occur in persons who are malnourished, and those persons who live in overcrowded houses, जो रहते हैं overcrowded houses में, या जिनका standards of hygiene जो होता है that is poor. Standards of hygiene that's poor, इनमें ये ज़्यादा affect करता है. These are the social factors responsible for tuberculosis. Now the mode of transmission. Mode of transmission. How the disease gets transmitted. First one is the disease gets transmitted by droplet infection. The disease gets transmitted by droplet infection. This is main mainly जो disease है that gets transmitted by droplet infection by an infectious case. Mostly at the time of coughing, sneezing, and talking. These generates large number of droplets. Coughing, sneezing, and talking and all that. These generates large number of droplets, and the disease gets transmitted from one person to another person. Another mode is the other other way or other mode जो pulmonary tuberculosis होता है that is also transmitted by inhalation of infected dust. This is the mode of transmission, how the disease gets transmitted. After mode of transmission, there is incubation period. What is the incubation period of tuberculosis? Disease का incubation period कितना होता है? जो इस disease का incubation period है that may be weeks or months. Depending upon the host parasite relationship and the dose of infection. It can be weeks or months. It depends upon the host parasite relationship and dose of infection. These are the epidemiological factors of tuberculosis.